What do you need, General?
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? If anyone can make it. Apparently the castle's been trying to...
No time to lay about. This place ain't gonna fix itself.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow. What a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the egghead, I'm gonna need some but,
Good work, Sturgis.
well, don't thank me yet. Here's a list of what you'll need while you're working on that. Keep in mind,
Sure.
like if you had, and it's going.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal?
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on. Here's a list of 3. I'll meet you over at the...
Right. Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind. I'll see you over at the... You willing to do some work?
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses, there's a workbench over there. Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Only opens with a key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Oh, come on! That's crazy.
I assure you, I am completely sane and entirely honest. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutation. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
After what I've seen, I pity the man. He was as much a victim as anything.
After what he did to you, I'm shocked you would be so generous. But yes, I understand you've experienced things. Perhaps you ended up knowing him better. I, for one, will never truly forgive him. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit, Institute Tech... He never failed. I won't lie.
Sure.
What else can I say?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what? But what else can I say?
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some. I've been a part of some. And now...
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
Is all that really necessary? What's there to learn?
For now, it is enough that you understand that the Institute really is devoted to the betterment of humanity. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities. And finally, Dr.
this a clean floor? Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you
Welcome
not
to the
see
Institute,
grinding
sir.
dust? Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective.
Pardon me, sir.
Quentin is such a liar. How would he know what the surface is like? He's never been up there.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to
Doc.
I wonder how
Welcome.
the Warwick family is
So good
doing.
to have you here.
Young
Dr.
Wally
Clayton
must be close
Holdren,
to 10 years old
head
by
of the
now.
Bioscience
It's
Division.
remarkable
I
that
can't
any
wait
child
for you
can
to see the work
survive
we're
for so
doing.
long up there,
It's
don't you
truly
think?
amazing.
Uh-huh.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany. Our most important directive is to that end, we've even started to... You probably saw
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still... I'm sure I've taken...
I'm an outsider.
Even if science is our projects, from what I've heard...
Sure.
In any case,
You mentioned medical care.
in that case, you'll want to introduce yourself.
Uh-huh.
He's our top bio... Dr. Volkert, you won't find...
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this
Excuse me,
primary drive
Doctor.
servo.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the... When Father told us about... If you don't mind my...
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running. We maintain and... There's a lot of the work we do. So, now...
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built. It's a process that's still... Just think what this place... That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So
Reporting status.
Knock some heads together.
You're here.
What now?
Glad you
They're
made it.
dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know.
Hi, Doc.
Please
So,
don't.
here
There's
you
enough
are.
friction as it is
Justin
between
Ayo,
us and
acting
pretty much
director of
all
the
other
Synth Retention Bureau.
departments.
I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any...
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to... It's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked our primary response...
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths. They are highly self... But I gather you know all. In fact...
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, I suppose I'll... Now, unless you need something else...
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pacify...
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it?
So much research, so little time.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here. Yes, yes.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special... Oh, before... I've been told to install... You're to be given full access.
Well, that was
A courser chip?
The same thing it does for our course. In case the significance... If nothing else, it should Now, unless there's...
I'd like a progress report.
Taking your new appointment. Very well. I'm hoping that the...
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10...
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase 3?
No, I can't talk about that.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
Be on the lookout for unusual synth behavior.
You can return to your duties, and remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful...
Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fast...
He's definitely impressive.
Yes. It's pushed our technology to the limit. We've gained some valuable insights in terms of both hardware and software. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But, do you think you...
Seriously?
That's a difficult... Yours is a... I wouldn't claim...
Sean.
This truly is a wonderful place, isn't it?